X, it doesn't have to be big help. I mean, it can be little help. And I'm not talking about vendors and consultants and all that junk, right? I'm talking about with other institutions or colleagues and stuff. But I mean, you know what I mean? That's the collaborative initiatives. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Collaborate. You know, talk to us if you want to say, hey, you want to do something? You know, let's see if we can offer, you know, best of here, best of there type. You see what I mean? Because in online, you're not limited to physical space anymore. So it's great because you're able to actually do these very innovative things that you couldn't do before because you had to be stuck in one place. You know. So those would be my three things. It's part of the tool set. I think one of the things you have to do with faculty to get them engaged is if all you do is show them technology, they turn off, right? Well, that's nice, but you know they don't want to, right? So it's to me it's less about technology and it's more about the design of how to use the technology, right? So that you are delivering the course, you're delivering the outcomes, you're delivering whatever that experience is you want it to be in a format that makes sense, you know. It's like gamification is a big term right now, yes, right? So everything's gamified. That only works if you have students who like those type of settings. One of my comments, which I was going to mention, but I didn't get there, adult learners are kind of iffy on it. So literally, I have adult learners in some of our programs who like it the first and second time, and then after that, they don't want to do it. So it's kind of like, I've learned the game, that's nice, fun, let's move on, right? Because I'm here for a reason, I want to, you know what I mean? So you have to be careful in the application, because if you do it to everything, you're going to lose segments of students. So you have to be very aware of that when you are designing the outcomes and the technology with it, you know what I mean? And that's what these products do for you. I mean, you know what I mean? But I think the reason why they're changing the game is that they're putting artificial intelligence into it. So they're allowing kind of the computer to assess, did they get it right, did they get it wrong? That's kind of a binary thing. But then okay, so here's the complexity though. So here's the next one. And this is nothing new. I mean, because I don't know if you're aware of this, but the institutionalized tests in the United States have been doing this for a long time. So the SATs of the world, if you get it right, it takes you to a more complex question. If you get it wrong, it takes it down. You know what I mean? So all of these things have already been thought of, it's just that this is doing it in a much different way. In our institution, it's interesting. We've been looking at, we actually do competency, but we don't call it that. We have learning outcomes. The competency thing, though, is very front and center in the practical or practicum, so nursing, business, that type of thing. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to build literally requirements that build off of, okay, you need to learn this competency, right? And then modularize it. So you say, okay, you need to learn this, and this is what you need to do, right? If you need to, right now you can't do that. Right now you have to take a course, right? And in the course you have all these things. Right? So we're trying to kind of segment that out so that we can say, okay, you're walking away with this set of competencies, you know. It's interesting because although it's a sexy term and although it's been around for a while, it's not picking up the traction yet. I think until more probably of the state level and stuff starts pushing down, the government guys start pushing down and actually saying you have to do this, is when it's going to happen. It depends on who you are. So if you're in one of my practical areas, competency is show me the skill, right? If you're an accountant, show me a balance book, show me that you can, you know what I mean, show me that you can do this stuff. If you're a teacher, you know, show me that you can design curriculum, that type. Okay, so that's a kind of a skill-based stuff. Intellectual competency is more around application. Okay, so just because you understand philosophy or you know philosophy, apply it to this. Take this scholar's work and apply the themes to this. So it depends on what who you are and what you're talking about, what you need them to know. The thing you have to look out with adaptive technologies is that most of them are at that very basic level. So they haven't advanced to the more conceptual stuff. They're very much at the definition, you know what I mean? You know, this is what it is, this is what it does, that type of stuff, yeah. So just be kind of aware of that, because there's a little bit of difference between that. Adaptive learning is a new phrase